One of the problems with recruiting for investment banking is not the knowledge or skills you acquire, but the access to talk with real investment bankers to put your best foot forward. Our sponsor, WSO Academy, can provide those connections with 60 head mentors who are finance professionals at top firms like Goldman, Centerview, and JP Morgan. Imagine being able to get on the phone within 24 hours with one of the Academy's 1,300 mentors right before a critical interview. Get on the waitlist for WSO Academy today by clicking the link in the show notes or by visiting wallstreetoasis.com/academy. All right. Welcome to Investment Banking Insights, the only podcast dedicated to helping you learn both the technical and non-technical aspects of investment banking. My name is Alex Mason, and I am your host. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're talking about behaviorals, and I want to get into some actual behavioral questions. I know we've been talking a lot about the mindset, talking about how to approach your behavioral questions in terms of structure and your energy, your competence. Those are all great things. But now let's actually start practicing with some questions. And the question I want to talk to you today about is this. Tell me about your quantitative skills. Your quantitative skills. Now, when somebody asks you this question, what are they trying to figure out? Well, they're trying to understand if you have the technical capabilities to do the more math-oriented side of investment banking. Because many bankers, they're into financial models. They often build or own the financial models depending on the firm. And so you need to actually know some kind of math. You need to have some fluency with numbers at a certain level. And please note that this question is a little bit different than just straight up asking a technical question about investment banking itself. It's not about investment banking specific concepts. It's more so about your ability to reason with numbers, because that's a little bit more fundamental than something that's industry specific. So how do you think about this? Well, think about your past. Now, obviously, if you come from a math, a science, or some kind of engineering background, this is going to be a piece of cake for you, right? And honestly, you probably won't even get the question if the interviewer has even glanced at your resume beforehand. Sometimes interviewers don't look at your resume at all. They just start asking you questions, and you'll have to answer this. But you probably won't get this if you have a quant background. Now, if you studied or worked in finance or business more generally, then you can pull out the experiences from your history that show some kind of quantitative aptitude. And here are some examples. So, for example, maybe you took the GMAT and you scored really well on the quantitative section. That's a great way to demonstrate, hey, I know my stuff. I can work with numbers, especially in a timed, pressured environment. Another example is maybe you work for a family business and you help balance the books for that business. That requires some fluency, right? Or maybe you worked as a business analyst for some company and you help make projections and keep track of costs in Excel. I mean, even something like that shows that at least you're somewhat familiar with how to manipulate numbers and you're not afraid of them. And then if you have any type of data analysis or modeling experience, you definitely want to bring that out here. Show this experience. This is important stuff. But okay, what if you studied something like liberal arts or the humanities? Like, what if your professional experience is totally outside of the quantitative realm? Maybe you were an actor before. Maybe you were in marketing. Maybe you were a writer. Maybe you had just some other job that just doesn't really use numbers that much and uses other skills. Well, that's okay. Just be honest about it. Don't try to be something that you're not. But the most important thing here, in my opinion, is to be honest about where your experience lies and then to focus on the potential quantitative skills that you can bring to the table. So remember, always be showing initiative, always be working to show alignment with what the employer needs. So maybe you signed up for a math course at your local community college. Now, here's some more examples. You could say that you're teaching yourself Excel right now so that you can begin to build modeling skills. Maybe you signed up for investment banking courses that have a quantitative component. There are some big ones out there, such as Wall Street Prep is a big one, or the Breaking into Wall Street courses are also big. And then if you haven't done much at all quant wise, like focus on what you're doing now to build up strength in that area. If you don't have the past experience, that's okay, but focus on what you're doing now to get up to speed. And it doesn't have to be some huge monumental thing, but even taking a small step in a decisive direction can be enough of a signal to another person to let them know that, okay, this person is serious about this. So that's what I would say for this question about tell me about your quantitative skills. All right. That's what I got for you today here on Investment Banking Insights. My name is Alex Mason. I am your host, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see you next time.